Hey, what's up guys? Cooking with Caden here, and today we're going to be making Risotto Milanese. So I'm a little late to this video, obviously. But guess what?
I lied.
Anyway, this is my channel. I can really do what I want, but I do apologize. I'm slacking a little bit, but I'm kind of just trying not to fail math right now, but you know. Okay, for this recipe, you're going to need 1 quart of chicken stock, a fourth a teaspoon of saffron, some water to that saffron, about a fluid ounce, 3 ounces of butter, half an onion, or you can use 1 whole medium onion if you'd like, 12 ounces of Arborio rice, 4 fluid ounces of dry white wine, and 2 ounces of Parmesan cheese. You're probably gonna need a little bit more than that for the Parmesan cheese, but that's all you need, so let's get right into this video. Alright, to start off with this recipe, you want to add 3 ounces or 90 grams of butter into a large heavy saucepan. You want to melt this down until it starts to foam up, but not brown. After that, you want to grab half of an onion, a white onion, and add it to the pan as well. You want to saute this onion until it's translucent, but not transparent. So, once you do that, you want to grab your rice. So to do this rice, you want these rice to be a special type of rice called Arborio rice. This is the rice that is used in all types of different risottos. You're going to add about 12 ounces of this. The reason we use this rice in risotto is because it has a medium-sized grain and it has a high starch content. Starch is essential to risotto to make it stick together and give a good mouthfeel to it. Pause.
Put it in my mouth, no homo.
Anyways, once you do that, you want to grab your white wine. This can be a dry white wine, and you want to add 4 fluid ounces to that. You just wanted to toast that rice, and now once the toasting is done, you want to stop the toasting with your rice, with your wine, and until it is absorbed completely into this rice. While you're doing this, you want to have your chicken stock on a burner to the right or left of you, wherever you wanted to have it. And you want this to be heated up. The reason you want it to be heated up is you don't want to cool down your pan while you're making risotto. You don't want there to be a ton of steam all at once. Like you saw with the white wine, actually it will burn yourself if you're trying to stir it. So you're going to see a little bit of steam. That is natural. However, that's not a lot. You want to add little by little. Don't completely dump all your chicken stock at once. So once you do that, you want to stir your risotto around. The reason you stir it is you don't want your risotto to stick to the bottom. If the risotto sticks to the bottom, it will start to burn, and it won't absorb the liquid in the chicken stock. So as you can see, I'm testing this pan here. You want to test for how much liquid is still in that rice. As you can see, the liquid is still forming back to the middle. What you want to see is a completely steel middle side with your rice completely on the other sides and not forming to the middle. You want there to be no water left in this rice. And once that happens, you know you can add more chicken stock to the rice. So I'm testing every now and again, and once you see that it kind of looks like the Red Sea parted, you know you can add your additional chicken stock. So this rice recipe, if you're measuring it by weight, as I'm suggesting with the description of this video, it should have the recipe. You shouldn't need too much more chicken stock than I require. It might be a little bit less, it might be a little more, but it should be around the 1 quart that I suggested. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually taste testing my rice. I want to see how crunchy my rice is, because I know I'm getting close to the end of the bottom of my chicken stock. The reason I taste test with my finger is because I'm eating this by myself. I'm the only one who's going to be eating this risotto, except for maybe my family members, so I'm allowed to taste test it with my finger. If you're cooking for other people or cooking in a restaurant, I certainly hope you're using a tasting spoon. But now that I know my chicken stock is completely done, I want to add my Parmesan cheese. I'm going to add 2 ounces of this cheese into the risotto. You might need more at the end of this recipe, but this is what I recommend starting off with. Don't use more until you taste test it. A lot of people might be mistaken when they're adding Parmesan cheese into the risotto. When they taste test it, they might think, oh, this needs more Parmesan cheese, when in actuality, it might just need more salt. Salt is significantly cheaper than Parmesan cheese, so if you want to save money, like I imagine almost everybody in the world does, add a little bit of extra salt if you're thinking this might need cheese. It might actually just need some salt. So once you add some salt and you still decide that it needs cheese, then yeah, it might need cheese. So make sure you taste test for salt before cheese. That is my recommendation for this video. It'll save you a lot of money over the future, and you won't taste the difference because the salt content will enhance the flavors of your dish, and it'll taste as if it's more cheesy without you adding any more cheese. So your rice should look like this at this point. You want to taste test it one more time. I'm sorry if that made you uncomfortable with that taste test. However, just taste test it. Now I know that it does indeed need a little bit more cheese and a little bit more salt. So I'm testing for salt, testing the rice once again, and now I'm adding the pepper. This rice can add a lot of pepper, take a lot of pepper into it. So you want to use a good amount. Add your preference to your pepper. Maybe you don't like pepper whatsoever. So at this point, you want to add your saffron in 1 fluid ounce of hot water. I put my saffron in the chicken stock, which I realized was a mistake. You couldn't really taste the saffron as strong as if you did it this way. You want to add your saffron in that 1 fluid ounce of hot water and just stir it around before you add it in, because it'll perfume the flavor of saffron. Saffron is actually the most expensive spice in the world. Its weight is worth more than gold is. So it tastes good for a reason. So make sure you aren't using too much. This stuff is powerful. It's strong. So make sure you're using it sparingly. Use just 1/4 of a teaspoon in this recipe. So after you add your saffron and mix it together, you want to add your butter. You want to add a little bit of butter in at the end, about 1 ounce, and then some additional cheese if you need it, which I decided I did. So you just want to mix it around. So the butter will give it a nice sheen, and it also make it taste richer and a little bit fattier at the end here. This is mostly used for presentation. However, it does slightly enhance the flavor at the end. I promise you will not regret adding that tiny little bit of butter at the end. So that's how you make risotto. It's actually pretty simple. This is the end of this video. I want to thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations of what videos I should make next, please let me know in the comment section. And that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys try this recipe out. This is Late Night Caden. I also want you guys to have a great day too. Goodbye.